All right, my beautiful friends, it is the time for you and me to talk as usual, and I just love it. This is my newest segment of Markets, a look ahead, and it's going to be an interesting one. A lot of wheels in motion here, a lot of momentum here, and I want to put a perspective on that for all of us. So let's start off with this. I always like to look backward before I look forward. All right, let's put into perspective what just happened last week. Record high with regard to the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The Nasdaq is lagging here. Okay. There are three keys to where this market is going to go. And I already believe you know what these keys are, but let's talk about it. The 10-year yield is number one. It's number one. Now, we have watched this 10-year yield remain not just stable, but come down a little bit. This is bullish for the stock market. Okay. The dollar has stayed in a pretty tight range as of late, and I believe only off of what Goldman Sachs said recently, for the most part, that the dollar is going to crater. Probably sooner than later. Again, why? Goldman Sachs said they were abandoning their short positions against the dollar. To me, that says short the dollar now. And look, you know the game. The game is in our freaking face. We got a freak show of epic proportions. And I'm talking about the central banks. They're inflating beyond anyone's wildest imaginations. And let me explain this to you, in case you don't know already, which I know you do if you follow this blog. Who's talking about it? Have you heard a word or a syllable from any of the mainstream financial channels about the Federal Reserve's balance sheet going up over 100%, gaining over 100% in the last year? No, you don't hear about it. No one's supposed to know. You have to understand, they hide these things. It's all the mechanism of distraction. Right now, it's all about this dog shit virus, okay? They got everyone scared to death, not you, because you have a functioning brain. Look over here, don't look here. How many times have I told you this? This is what they do. This is a game. You're a pawn in it. And, unfortunately, most people get caught up in it. They don't know what to do. They can barely walk and chew gum at the same time. They're glued to their television sets, focusing on the nonsense and the propaganda and the fake news and the frank distractions. The central banks are taking over the world in the literal sense, and nobody's talking about it, except you and me, of course, here. But it's kind of interesting. This has got to be the biggest story in the history of the world right now, but no one's talking about it. Again, you can't know about it. But it's crazy to me. It really is. But it's going on here. Understanding this mechanism, people, again, allows you and I to not just gain a perspective on what's happening, but how to make it work. And that's what this is all about. Why I sit here twice a day and do these videos. Why I sit here on a weekend and do these videos for you, because I believe in my heart of hearts we must raise each other's awareness and other people's awareness. We're not going to get through to everybody no matter what we do. But again, this is a time in history that people really do need to come together. People were responsible for each other. I believe that in my heart of hearts, my core of my being. And, every Friday I leave you off with, love each other, care about each other, and be charitable. And, you got to live by these three things. If you do, trust me on this one, not only will your life get better, but everyone around you, their life is going to improve as well. Anyway, going back to these markets just real quick. So we have this situation here. You know how it's laid out. It's a central bank takeover, period, the end. They have not even begun to inflate, despite the fact that the Federal Reserve's balance sheet has ballooned over 100% in the last year. It's an incredible thing, flying under the radar. And again, with the calls for more debt from the freak show, puppet show that we have right now, with the U.S. Treasury now funneling, another $650 billion of your money, courtesy of the American people, to the IMF. And that's just the first installment, with central banks buying it all. This issue of debt is immense. And I don't think it's so big, as a matter of fact, that most people can't even think about it. In fact, even me, when I sit back and I try to think about what's going on, it literally causes my head to explode. The fact of the matter is, we've never seen anything like this before. It's a debt expansion cycle unlike anything the world has ever seen. A debt expansion and acquisition cycle like we have never seen. Henceforth, why? And I've outlined this for you for years. The stock market continues to go higher. And in this economic free fall that we are in right now, let me talk about that real quick. So we're in an economic free fall. Obviously, we all know that. We're going to get some more economic news this week, and it's going to be abysmal. The worse it is, the higher the stock market is going to go. Why? Well, because the stock market does this. It gets all orgasmic, realizing that the Fed's going to buy it all. And yield curve control, something I've been explaining is coming. We heard from the Fed just recently. Fed Chair Yellowstone himself is like, they're on the cusp of pulling the trigger on it, and they're going to. This is their end game. This is their goal. It's all about control. Everything you're seeing is about control. It's leading up to a grand finale, which is going to be epic. Epic beyond your wildest dreams. And until that moment, you need to be taking advantage of every single possible thing in this market, and that's connected to this market. Speaking of that, this includes cryptocurrencies. Let's keep this between you and I. What'd you think about the crypto kid? I had him out yesterday. Don't call him the crypto kid. But anyway, look, this is a guy who I just love his passion with regard to cryptocurrencies, and I had his video out yesterday, and you're going to see that every Saturday now. And I think those of you who understand cryptocurrencies are going to appreciate it. And you have. I mean, I read the comments. Some were very negative, but most were very, very positive. And like I said, I love when people are passionate about something, because in life, all you need to be good at is one thing. Just one. If you're good at that one thing, you can make it work for you and live a better life. I really believe that. Anyway, with that aside here, look, like I've explained to you since time immemorial here, you and I, of course, are surrounded by little puffs of loveliness. And those little puffs of loveliness that surround all of us, each one of them is an opportunity. You understand? And I can't tell you, I'm going to tell you again that it just freaks me out to think about the opportunity that we have. Not just an opportunity from a financial standpoint, but the opportunity we have, all of us have, to make a difference in the world, a positive difference in the world here, by understanding that, every day presents us with a new opportunity to turn it all around. No matter how bad things might seem for you at that particular time, look, we all go through it. We all go through miserable, freaking times in our life, and some people are suffering a lot worse than others in this economic freefall, with between 700,000 and 800,000 people per week filing for first-time unemployment benefits, and then we have the mainstream trying to tell us we're in some kind of an economic boom. And we got the Federal Reserve telling us, oh, no, we're going to keep our foot to the floor because everything is so great right now. Duh. You can't make this stuff up, but that's the way it is. But look, aside from the financial aspect of what I do here, we people need each other. we need each other more than we know, okay? And I've created quite a legion of people out here that I think have the same mindset, okay? We all come here, we get together, we listen to these video blogs. Hell, I even listen to my own video blogs. I really do. It's crazy. But, we're coming together, we're realizing that, we're not each other's enemies, and we can, and we are making a difference in the world, okay? A positive difference in the world. And there's opportunity everywhere. An opportunity to make a positive difference. An opportunity to improve ourselves from every aspect. And of course, that includes from a financial standpoint, because again, when you have an environment like we're in now, okay, central banks inflating, economic free fall, massively suppressed assets, physical gold, physical silver, my all-time favorite of literally freaking all time. Cryptocurrencies are an opportunity, and I've explained this to you since Bitcoin 3,000. We're at 60,000 right now. I mean, people, come on. This market, where it's going, and it's going higher. But we have those three keys, like I started off with. We got 10-year yield. Let's keep our eye on that. We got the dollar. Let's keep our eye on that. And then we got crude oil. Crude oil is crucial here, okay? Let's see what they pull off. I'm waiting for it, people. I don't know about you, but I know for a fact they're going to pull off some other false flag event that's going to prop up crude oil, and that will boost the energy sector. It'll boost the financial sector and push stocks higher. It's a game. Crude oil, people, what is it? The lifeblood of the military-industrial complex. These central banks, who are a key component, the key central banks and the Wall Street investment banks, who have trillions of leveraged dollars, trillions in leveraged dollars invested in crude oil, are not going to allow crude to fall. Henceforth, why you're seeing, a refinery get wiped off the map. You got, trade route supply getting cut off here, ships getting wedged in the canal, and this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. It's going to get a lot worse. But again, we know the game. Not only do we know the game, we're playing the game. And we're playing the game, and we are winning beyond our wildest dreams. I mean, that's really what this is all about too. Winning. Okay, we are literally winning. We understand what we need to do and when we need to do it. Okay, bet against the debt. Become your own central bank. Trade this market if you are so inclined. I put out absolutely free stock picks for everyone who signs up to my newsletter, which is free. Link in description of this video. I got everything for you set up on my website. Free! Take advantage of it. People, we're going to win. We're going to continue to win on an epic scale. And no matter what they try to do, we have a counter strategy. And it's very, very simple. We're not going to change what we're doing. Our counter strategy is betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank, again, trading the market if you are so inclined, realizing what central banks are doing here. Anyway, it's epic. It's truly crazy. All right, look, this video is getting kind of long, and I could keep going on and on. But I think you get the point here. Keep your eye on that 10-year yield this week, the dollar this week, and crude oil. My belief, I'm going to go out 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks are going to be bullish for this market. And that also depends on how bad the economic news is. The worse it is, and I expect it to be pretty damn bad, the higher the stock market's going to go. Let's see if I'm right. All right, with that said, people, look, this guy right here really does love you a lot. Please share the video. Get it out there. Think about these concepts I've spoken about. Talk about these concepts. And again, where can you do this with like-minded people? Well, right here on this blog, place a comment. And in my chat room, which is free to all of you, right on my website, traderschoice.net. Please get involved in that chat room. There's a lot of traders out there. So if you're a trader or an investor in crypto or an investor in precious metals, that's the place to be. Right here, traderschoice.net. A lot of smart people out there. I know I always give a shout out to the people in my chat room. And listen to these people. They're really, they're ahead of the curve. And so are you if you're following this blog. Again, I love all of you, and I mean that from my heart. And I will see you in the morning. I'm looking forward to it.